Everyone, so welcome back to the channel. Thank you all for being here. If you are new, as always, hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and please leave some comments down below.
You mentioned obviously Lee Stafford as well. You're as far as I'm aware, are you still part of his staff?
Yeah. So
when did that come about? Because
oh mate, meeting Lee Stafford. Well, let's rewind it. When I had just left university, there was a TV program on Sky Living TV called The Hairdresser, and this guy Lee Stafford, I used his products, the pink products in Boots, used them, had a TV show of his journey to open up his salons, and I would make sure that I got home to watch this TV show, because the reason I was so obsessed with Lee Stafford was not the sort of hair side of it, but it was the acceptance that I would be accepted into the industry on a level, because I was a bit of a lad when I was younger, footballer. I felt I didn't have a place in the industry at that point. There was a lot of like reference towards me. People were saying, "Oh, you're not going to be a manly hairdresser." And I was like, "What's a manly hairdresser? Like, you're not going to be a barber." I was like, no, I'm gonna go work with women all day. And they're like, "Oh God, yeah, okay." And it was like implying the obvious. And I was like, God. And then when I seen Lee Stafford on telly, I was like, I can be me and be a hairdresser. And that was the moment where Lee made me sort of say, right, I'm gonna go to college. I'm gonna do this hairdressing thing and do my best at it. And I looked up to him in the sense of the way he held himself, the way he approached things, and his just aura. And at one point I was like, right, I want to meet this guy. I want to just sort of meet him and sort of get that vibe. And it all happened. It just, oh man, it was just an absolute snowball effect. I feel like my whole career's been a bit of a snowball effect.
Yeah.
In 2009. So I'd just finished, was it, or was that earlier? But 2009, I won my first 2 awards, and they were Colour Genius and Style Innovator. And it was for Redken, New York City hair. So
when did you start hairdressing then? If you won your first 2 awards in 2009, when did you start?
So I went to university 2004, 2005, 2006, started hairdressing 2007, educating. Okay. Qualified by late 2008. Started House of Hair, which was a salon in my parents' garage.
Yeah.
Got sort of headhunted on Facebook to join this salon. Worked there part-time. They took me full-time after 6 months. The reason for part-time was that I still wanted to be an engineer. I still wanted to do that side of things. And then fell in love with the industry so much that I went full-time. So yeah, then I won my first 2 awards in 2009, Colour Genius, Style Innovator with Redken, New York City. And then at the show, it was announced Lee Stafford was there. And I was like, I might get to meet him. If he's there and I'm in the same room, I might get to meet him. Didn't think I would win these awards at all. I just thought, right, I'm here. And the person announcing one of the awards was Lee Stafford. And it was like, and the winner is... And I was like, "You're joking me." Got up on stage, got the certificate and the champagne, and that went off. Next award, sort of Colour Genius, and the winner is. I was like, "What the hell is happening?" Went up again, and then after all the buzz of it, went out the back. There was Lee, Adam Brown, another Redken artist who I know now that I've been working with Redken, but we'll get onto that. Like, oh, can we have a picture? So Lee Stafford, Adam Brown, and then that was sort of like, how you doing? Oh, congratulations. See you later. And then in 2012, so 3 years later, I'd opened my own salons. I was up for Colourist of the Year, and the special guest was Lee Stafford again. And I was like, what the hell is this? So again, not thinking I'm going to win. This is awards where there was a lot of big people there. and I was still very new to the industry. And I've actually got this video it's on YouTube. My dad filmed it, filming. We're now talking about Colourist of the Year, and the winner is Paul Watts.
So the winner, Colourist of the Year 2012 is Paul Watts!
Announced by Lee Stafford. So I was like, you're joking me. I've got to go up there. So I walked all the way through. We were right at the back. And this is what makes it even more. I've just remembered this. They didn't even know we were going. We didn't even have a table. We'd booked a whole table for me and my team, and they didn't have a table set for us. So I was just like, well, I'm not winning then, am I? If they ain't got a table for me, why is my name going to be on there? So they just were like, oh, no, don't worry. Like, we'll get you a table. They put us right at the back. Everybody else was in darkness, and we were stuck near the bar in all these bright lights and that. So the atmosphere wasn't. God, I've just remembered that. Anyway, that's the reason.
It would also look like, you know, when somebody announces an award and everyone looks to the back and there's a bright light on this table. Mate, probably look quite cool for everybody else that saw you.
Maybe, yeah. I didn't even think of that. But that's the reason I had to walk through everybody, and it seemed like forever. And I was walking down there thinking, like, have I got to do a speech? And I was thinking, oh my God, there's Lee Stafford. So I went up, shook their hands, and I went to go, and they were like, oh no, a picture. So I was like, oh, and then we had a picture, and it was like, say a few words, and I was like, I was in awe, and I was also shocked. And I just said, sort of like, thanks. I want to thank my team, girlfriend, family. And then I turned away, and I remember Lee saying, well, that was short. I was like, yeah, walked away. And at the front, your crush mate, Jessica Jane Stafford.
Oh, yeah.
She was there, and they grabbed me and they went, oh, congratulations. And I was just like, oh my God, like sort of thanks. Walked up the back. And then later that night, my dad went down to Lee and was like, oh, we have a picture with Paul. So then I sent my dad. It's like, I was too shy, mate.
Yeah.
And he come all the way up, and he come up and he says, I recognise you. I said, yeah, you gave me like my first 2 awards like 3 years ago. And he was like, oh, mate, you're on a roll. He's like, well done. I was like, oh, cheers. So then we followed each other on Twitter. And then 2013, I just tweeted him and said, would you come to my salon to teach my team and me? And he's like, yeah, I'd love to. This is my day rate. And I was just like, oh, that is out of my budget. That's just not within, especially like just starting out, didn't have that kind of money. And he said, well, what could you do? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, what? I would love to just come up. So he just cut me a deal. And again, I was just like, wow, that's like, that's unheard of and unreal. So he came down to the salon, taught all my team. That's on YouTube as well, actually.
I remember that happening as well.
Yeah.
I remember seeing tweets, and because you were in the smaller salon, weren't you?
Yeah.
I remember it. Yeah.
Salon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was just like, wow. On the way home, he texted me and he was like, Paul, thank you so much for today, mate. I loved it. I love your direction. I love where you're going. I'd love you to come and work with me. And I was like, you were? I thought that was just quite a nice way to sort of finish, sort of like, oh, thanks, had a great day. I really like what you're doing. Maybe one day we'll see each other again, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I just text back. I was like, mate, I would absolutely love to. And then I heard nothing for like 6 months. And I was just like, like that was sort of like it. And I was on holiday in Turkey. And I was chilling out completely. Didn't look at my emails once. But on the last day, just before going home, I thought, this was on the Monday. I thought, I'm just going to jump on my emails and just check. Looked at it. And I had an email from Lee Stafford. And I was like, what is this? Opened it. Hello, mate. Sorry for the delay. It's just been a bit crazy. Can you come down to Chelmsford tomorrow for the first LSE induction sort of training day? And I'm like, I'm in Turkey. But I was flying back that night. I landed in the UK at something like 3 a.m. and I had to be in Chelmsford for 8. So landed, drove home, 2 hours sleep, up, drove to Chelmsford. I was not missing it.
Yeah.
Got there. And I was literally, I was brown. I've just been like a week in Turkey, or was it 2 weeks? Week or 2 weeks in Turkey, and I was brown. And he was like, "Where have you been?" I said, "Oh, like on holiday, Turkey." He was like, "When did you get back?" I said, "Like 4 hours ago."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh my God, like that's the effort." What I'm trying, that's the effort you got to go to. I never say no, and if it can happen, I will make it happen. And that's how I started working with Lee.
That's so cool. Especially the second time you heard back from him was the email saying
that day. If I wouldn't have checked my emails until I landed, that opportunity wouldn't have.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't be doing that now. I'd have replied and said, "Oh, Lee, sorry, I've been on holiday, mate. I'd have loved to, but no worries, mate. I'll let you know on the next one." Yeah. And that might not have happened.
That's good. I didn't know about that, but now I do.
Yeah. Well, this is why, like, when I've had all these questions asked to me, I haven't really done a video, and I didn't really want to do a video where I was just like, "Hi, I'm going to tell you my story."
Yeah.
It's a perfect opportunity for you to talk about your podcast, introduce it to everybody, and then me get out these stories that people want to know. And people don't realise, like...
Well, there's stuff you don't realise, like stuff you've just remembered. So if you were just sat there saying it, you probably wouldn't have had that spark to remember about the table at the back. And
yeah.
But you said you already had... did you just have the one salon at this point with Lee? When he...
No, so... when he came...